Hi, beautiful people. I am Sabina. I spent 15 years in corporate consulting. So today let's talk about money, my love for money, why earning your own money is so important, and how financial literacy helps women. Let's start with my personal story. The first $5 I earned when I was about 6 years old. My grandfather is a mathematician. He teaches future math teachers, and he's been tutoring me ever since I learned how to count. And he was very adamant about that money needs to be earned and the importance of knowledge and math in people's life. To start off, when I wanted something like, I wanted a new lipstick or a new toy or even a treat, he always said, Sabina, you need to earn that money. And as a kid, like, what can I do? What can I do? I was asking him what are the things I can do? He was like, well, for example, you can shine my shoes. I was like, shine your shoes? I was initially kind of upset, yet I was excited about this opportunity that I can get that $5. And a couple of times he came, I asked for money, he didn't give it to me, and he was still suggesting me to shine my shoes. I will give you the money. Eventually I caved and I did. And you know what, I was so excited to get paid. I did such a good job shining his shoes. He was very happy. I got my $5. I was very excited and proud. And then later on, when my parents came back home from work, I told them I made my first $5. They looked at me like I'm crazy. They didn't understand why I was so passionate about making that $5 and why I felt so proud. But it was our little thing between me and my grandfather. And little did he know that he instilled work ethics and responsibility and passion to earn and learn about money into me since I was a little girl. I'm forever grateful for this to him, because at that moment, since that age, I realized I need to take actions to make money, and then I can spend it the way I want it. Like, I didn't need to ask anybody's permission. Like, I got this sense of complete freedom. And as 7-year-old, it was such a exhilarating feeling. Just I got a taste of freedom, and I mentally built that connection that money gives you freedom of choice. And as a Leo and strong independent woman, it's freedom of choice is so important for me, for my physical well-being, my mental well-being, and any kind of well-being. And I knew that I need to take actions to make money. And now let's talk about how I learned how to ask for more money. So, it started with $5, shine the shoes. Then my needs grow. I wanted more and more. So I was asking my grandfather for more money. I was like, can I shine your shoes and can you give me $7, 8? And he was saying, no, you're doing the same thing. Why would I pay you more? So then I became creative. I said, well, I'll shine the shoes for you and I'll spray my mom's perfume. I was like, I'll spray my mom's perfume so your shoes will smell better. And I think he was amused by my creativity and he went with it. He was like, all right, I'll give you extra $2. So total $7 if you shine my shoes and spray perfume into it. And that's how also I learned that when I ask for more that I'm already receiving, I should bring a good value proposition. Like, what more am I providing so the other person is incentivized to pay me more. It was also a very important life lesson. It helped me in salary negotiation so many times. And not only salary, in life, when I was negotiating any contract, any type of work, this connection of a value and compensation was always bright and clear in my consciousness. So let's see how I translated this into my corporate life. If you ever applied to corporate and had an interview, you know that one of the first questions they ask you is, how much money would you like to have? And it's such a tricky question. I feel like there is definitely lots of room to lose and quite a little bit room to win. I've been using that, so it depends on the role, right? If it's not super exciting role, then I'll just say the number I had in my mind. And I actually did that every single time, except for when title was very enticing, like probably 2 titles above what I was currently at that time. Then I would say in the interview that everything is negotiable. Let's talk about it. Let's connect with the team, and then we can discuss the salary. So I would just ponder that question and move forward. But in the scenario when I was really after the money, the title wasn't that great, but it was a great company, and I sensed that there is a high pay potential, I always said the highest number I could ask. I was never shy to ask for more money. And then, I always knew that corporate, when they hire, they always have a number for this role. So when they tell me, so let's say if I ask for 200 and they tell me, oh no, this job pays only 150, I was always quick to offer other compensation methods, bonus, awards, stock. I was always willing and capable to ask for more. I was never shy to ask for more money. And 9 times of 10, I got what I wanted. And then, if there were some roles that this is the budget they could pay, they couldn't go any higher. So you know what? I don't want that crappy job anyways. I never had regrets for asking for more. And women, unfortunately, are known for asking for very little money. Men are always ultra vocal. They ask for the sky, and they're never shy to ask for more money. I don't know why women always feel uncomfortable naming how much they think their knowledge, their labor costs. Another thing that I do out of love for my money is whenever leadership tells me that I did a great job or, something great about me, right away I ask for more money. Right away I say, I would very, very appreciate if you could send me that in monetary form. I love gift cards, I love awards, I love bonuses. So every time they tell me I did a good job, I said, I would be so happy to receive monetary valuation of my labor. Never be shy to ask for more money. The worst thing they can say no. They can think that you're materialistic. Oh, well, we live in a material world. Why not? But the best case scenario, you're going to get that money. Especially as a woman, if you know that you have that safety cushion, that your finances are in order, that you're building your wealth, you can self-regulate so much better. Your sleep is so much better. Your physical health is so much better. We all know that, yes, money doesn't just buy you happiness, but it does buy you peace of mind. When you know that you have this financial safety cushion, that you're actively building your wealth, and you feel and you know that you're independent and you can leave any work, any type of relationship, any type of situation, I call it, you can leave the room anytime you want. It gives you so much peace of mind and confidence. Nothing else can give you this much confidence and peace of mind. It's very popular for women to strive to be the most beautiful woman, but guess what? the most beautiful women often feel so insecure because they put all their eggs, so pretty much all their self-worth, into the beauty. But why the beauty? Because they think through their beauty they can get rich man and gives them again this financial freedom and safety. But if you cut that middleman and you as a woman, self-reliant and self-independent, and you have your own money, you will be so much happier, you will be so much peaceful, and you will live on your own terms. That's why it's so important. And I understood it since I was little. I understood it that once I have my own money, I can do pretty much anything I want, and I can live my life on my own terms. Nobody will be holding it against of me, on top of me, in front of me, that, oh, I need to do this because somebody either gave me the money or will give me the money, or threatened that they will not give me the money. So it gives you so much freedom to choose where you want to be, what you want to do, with who you want to be in relationships, what kind of your friends could be with you. It just gives you so many options. And I've been forever grateful for that, childhood lessons and my past experience, that I always kept my finances in check. I always, whenever I make a decision, I always run it through my framework for financial well-being. Is it good for me? Am I gonna grow? Am I gonna have more wealth built, or it will deplete me? A good example, today I went to Neiman Marcus and I was so tempted to get this very cute, fashionable, like Messica bracelet. It's 3,000. I tried it, I played with it, and then I thought to myself, well, it's a lot of money, $3,000. Would, in long run, not this like half a day, 2 days, will this make me feel more secure, happy, and free? And the answer was no. So right then and there, I made a decision that this is not the time to buy another designer bracelet. So going back to the framework I referenced, that's my financial well-being is always number one. But that's not to say that I never buy expensive things. I do. I have a couple of expensive designer items that I feel so grateful and so happy for. And I bought them at the time when I knew the cash will be flowing and I was in great financial fitness in place. So always do what's right at that time, looking into the future for your financial well-being. Never put your financial means in any type of threat or compromise it for immediate gratification. I say strong, independent woman, and I lecture how important and how good is to be financially independent. But does it mean that I don't want a man who will be a provider? No, that's completely wrong. I do want a provider man. And matter of fact, that's the only type of man I can see myself with for many reasons. Like the biggest one is I need to feel respect to the man. And I feel respect. I tried various options and flavors of relationships and men. I dated men without a job. I dated men with unstable jobs, men who make significantly less money, barely make equal amount of money, stingy men, very rich men, a wide range of men. And I realized, even if they're great people, even if it's they love me a lot, it's so important for me to have a level of respect to them. And I have only that level of respect when they make at least equal amount of money as I do, but preferably more. And the reason why that means that they do well and they spend their energy in the right way. The men who don't make money, their attention is very scattered. It's everywhere. They can't focus, and that's not the value I'm into. I'm into a focused, strong, kind, and generous man. And to be that man should be a provider. You can guys judge me as much as you want, but this is me. I am 37 and I learned through trial and error what works for me, what doesn't, and this is what I want. However, I want a provider man and I want to be in control of my own finances and I want to have my own income. Because again, I don't want to be with a man just because of their money. I would never want to be in a situation where I'm forced to stay or be when it's not good for me, but it's good for, like it pays the bills. That's just completely unacceptable for me. And that's why I always maintain my own financial structure, my incomes, and I will always do this. So, ladies, you don't have to choose to be feminine or being feminine and in relationship versus being strong, independent, and I don't need anybody. That's very old school mentality that you have to choose between the two options. There is also a third option. You can be with a provider man and you can also maintain your financial freedom and your own financial stability. You don't have to 100% depend. You can receive, you can give, and you can support. So, ladies, just stay focused, make your own money, be open to a provider man, and make sure you take care of yourself financially, emotionally, and physically. Sending love.